The following is a live broadcast of a Lone Star community radio program, recorded and broadcasted live on irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and facebook.com/irlonestar. For more information on this show, please visit our show page at irlonestar.com/shows. To sponsor or donate to this program, visit our donate page at irlonestar.com/donate, or email us at lscrstudios@gmail.com, or give us a call at 936-666-1084. Lone Star Community Radio production and broadcast is possible by folks like you. So sponsor and donate today.
Hey, this is Skippy from Mornings with Lone Star with Dick and Skippy. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel. This is Mel, and
this is Christy. We're dealing with some technical difficulties, if you will. But it is a peppy, happy hump hour of the hump week of the hump day.
Yeah, well, it's not hump week.
Well,
but
yeah,
it's
it is.
Hump day of the.
But it's kind of like hump week because
we're
in
the middle of the
middle of the month and going through.
Hump Wednesday.
And school has started officially for everybody, and it's just one of those kind of crazy weeks where things are crazy, but that's all right.
Yep.
Yeah, so it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day.
It is. Look at the sky is blue.
I know.
And the sun is out, and it's not. Okay, I know it's hot, but it's not miserably hot.
So I woke up this morning and I was like, and I needed a little attitude adjustment after yesterday. So I got up and I was trying to make the hardcore decision. Do I go comfy or sassy today with the outfit? And I was really leaning towards comfy after, spending about 13 hours in heels yesterday. And then I saw the sunshine beaming through and the beautiful blue sky.
And look at you. You went sassy.
And I went sassy.
And you look fabulous.
Thank you. Feeling sassy and happy today. So anyway.
You and the jungle animals.
Some days you just got to bring it.
Yeah,
if you can't be the animal, you bring the animal.
There you go.
So that's what I started doing today. But anyway, it really is a gorgeous day. Downtown, things are moving and shaking. Parking's hard to come by because everybody's down here shopping and doing business down here. It's great.
I made phone calls this morning, like things that have been on my list for like 6 or 8 weeks, that I haven't done.
Right.
And everybody was busy. This is the way they answer the phone. Mel, can I call you back? I'm busy. I love that. I love that people are busy and have to call me back.
It is. It's a wonderful thing that people are getting busy. You see, business keeps rolling and going and picking up all around town. And in fact, whenever we get to introducing our guests here in a little bit, we're going to talk to you about some more small businesses because it's so great to see all of these small businesses not only conducting business and getting back in the swing of things, but also the fact that they are starting new businesses. And this is such a great economic area that we're able to, even through these tough times, really start new business and go about it. So it's just a really exciting time to be here.
Well,
I think we talk about that every week.
When we talked about that last week too, when Jody Chikosky and Holly Arbuckle were here, we talked about for lack of a better description, the economic engine of downtown Conroe.
Yes. Well, anyway. in Montgomery County in its entirety, too.
And that's what I was going to say. But it's not just South County or Mid County or, it's the entire thing. Anyway, and the city of Conroe is doing really well. So
yes, it is. And I'm wondering why your phone and your Facebook are not cooperating with me.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm just telling you. I've been trying to do this for weeks. And
we're gonna get you fixed.
Okay.
We're gonna work on that a little bit and see if we can't get this figured out.
I'm trying to have a watch party, y'all, so y'all can join me.
I know. So instead, just join mine. But we do have a few
Christie's
events coming up. So everybody that knows me knows every week I talk about what a live music junkie I am. So starting tonight, out at the Track Shack Ice House in Spring. If you haven't been out there, it's a great place. They have an indoor space. They have an outdoor space. But Miss Leslie's Honky Tonk Wednesday and State Night is going on starting at 7 o'clock. And over at Pacific Yard House, my good friend Harley and several of my other friends are going to be hosting their acoustic night at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow night, which is, thank God, Thursday, That's what that's the new name.
That's a new name. Thank God.
I'm
Thursday.
really excited because Mahoney's Texas Bar and Restaurant is opening back up in the Woodlands. If you haven't been there, it's a mix of Texas and Irish, hence Texas. The food is fantastic. They are finally reopening after their COVID closure. The party starts at 1 p.m. They're going to be having live music going on featuring J.B. Barnett. It's going to be a really great night from 1 to 8. Montgomery is having their Sip and Stroll starting at 4:30. So if you want to come out and join some great local artisans and small business while sipping on maybe a glass of wine or 3, you can do that. Our good friend Josh Fuller is hosting his open mic night at the Empty Glass starting at 7. And then over at Burger and Bordeaux, which if you have not eaten there yet, have y'all eaten there? Because, it's just right down the street from you. Okay, I'm a burger junkie. I'm a live music junkie, burger junkie. They're doing acoustic night starting at 9 o'clock. On Friday, Jake Worthington's going to be at Main Street Crossing. Most people know him from a very well-known reality music show that starts at 8. And then there's two really, really great events going on this weekend that I know Gail will have some interest in. One of them is Hunter's Hope Ragball Tournament that is going to be going on. It is a fundraiser for a sweet 8-year-old Willis All-Star baseball player who was recently diagnosed with leukemia. This is a fundraiser for his entire family. All the proceeds go directly to the family. They're going to have barbecue plates, silent auctions, going to have a swing for the fences tournament. That starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow. If you get a chance, get on Facebook, go search Hunter's Hope Ragball Tourney. Get the details, show up, support local family here, and also have a great time. If the weather's like it's going to be today, it's going to be really fantastic. And then Sunday, we've got a benefit for the Houston PD pilot, Chase Cormier, who I'm sure everybody remembers was involved in that awful helicopter crash. He's got a broken back, a broken foot, and fractured ribs. And he was a combat veteran, and he and his wife have really done everything they could to turn down anybody that's been trying to help them. And finally, they got them to cave. So get out, support one of our amazing first responders who could really use our love and support right now. That's going on from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the East Montgomery County Fairgrounds. So, again, look up Benefit for HPD Pilot Chase Cormier. You'll get all the details. I know they're going to have a car show and some other things going on, but it's a good time to get out and support our community because we could all use a little bit more help and support these days.
We could.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel good, too, people.
Absolutely.
You're doing something for people, for other people. You feel good about life.
Well, and both of these events on Saturday and Sunday are open air events.
Yay.
So you can get out in the open where
get
it's
out in the
fresh
open.
and free.
Yell 6 or 7 feet away from people and you don't have to wear a mask.
Exactly right. So get out, support the community, support these guys. It's important. And it's fun.
It is.
And I'll probably be there. So hey.
There's
there's no telling what kind of entertainment that's going to bring along.
So then there's that.
Yes. So then there's that. And I might bring Sassy again. I don't know.
Oh,
I know, might bring Sassy. But anyhow, but we've got some great guests on the show today with a topic that I find so amazing. It's so intriguing. And it's, I don't want to say, it's not really controversial anymore. I think when this business first started, there was some controversy, and now there's so much research and science behind it. It's not quite so controversial anymore. But we have Tammy with Arolistic Naturals here, and we have Gail with Granny G's Plant Nursery and more. How are you doing, ladies?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing good.
Enjoying the state as well. So
Yeah. Well, so why don't you start, Tammy? Tell us a little bit about your shop on 1488 by one of my favorite places, Woodson's. And most people know where Woodson's is, so you can easily find her shop.
Yes, we're 2 doors down from Woodson's. And
2 doors down. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And we opened officially, it was a year ago, Mother's Day, this past Mother's Day. So we've been open for a little over a year now. And we have a little bit of hemp infusions, CBD for lack of better terminology. So we have CBD products, aromatherapy products, and we're open 6 days a week. We're only closed on Sundays. And just to give you a little bit of background about us, my husband is an ICU RN, registered nurse.
Wow.
And I am retired from the medical field. I retired in 2015. So we have that medical training behind us and with the cannabis education. So
That's amazing, and I'm going to introduce Gail first because whenever we get into CBD oil, or CBD products, I'm going to get into some of my personal experience, very personal, positive experiences that I've had with these products. But I also want to introduce Gail. Now, Gail has been on here before. Gail is like me. Gail walks into her closet every day, and there's this array of hats on the top shelf, and she decides which one she's going to wear on each particular day.
I think we've had that discussion before.
Yeah, we do have a variety of hats. But today, you're here on behalf of Granny G's Plant Nursery and more. So tell us about this new venture.
This new venture. Well, this new venture is so. We started gardening at home about a year and a half ago. Yeah,
I've watched your journey.
I know.
I know.
It's kind of amazing. But
Yeah.
Each year it gets better and better.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood out there, it's kind of like a competition. Who can grow this? Who can grow
Right.
grow that? And I think we've got it figured out out there because it is a new subdivision. But I've always had an interest in gardening. I come from a long line of gardeners. Helped my grandfather in the garden when I was itty bitty. So we just decided to turn it into a nursery. We have a lot of people in the neighborhood that comes over or says, "Hey, Gail, you got any plants?" Or
Oh, so this isn't just you. This is the community coming in and everybody playing a hand in it?
no, this is just me supplying the community.
Well, that's very cool.
So it's just it's basically our new business is going to be so basically you place your order. So I'm not going to have a variety of everything
Just growing
out
up,
there.
yeah.
So basically, it's to place your order. We deliver, you can pick up or etc. We have about 40 different varieties of tomatoes
Oh, my
from
gosh.
all over the world. Peppers, about 40 varieties of that all over the world.
See, already I'm sensing salsa. I'm
That's
like
kind
feeling,
of
I'm
what we're
feeling
kind
the
of leaning
salsa.
to,
Yeah,
leaning
feeling the
towards.
salsa.
But we have a lot of variety of exotics and things from all over. But
That's awesome.
The website will be ready to look at hopefully this weekend.
Ooh, that's exciting.
It's coming.
But you're going to have some great photography on there.
Well, in the future.
Well,
Right
There's
now,
no
they're
I'm
just
excuse for
just
bad
saying
pictures.
the plants are going to, the pictures of the plants will be beautiful and vibrant because your photography is beautiful and vibrant.
Yes.
well, thank you.
With lots of life in
And
it.
and I will add that as somebody who has been in publishing and promotion for all my life, adult life, I always used to tell people, no picture is better than a bad picture. We want no bad pictures.
That's right.
I do my best.
All right. So I'm going
I
to
do my
grade you.
best.
I'm going to grade you.
You
Gail.
do
Yeah.
that. You do that.
So you've recently been approved for a new industry that you're also going to be growing as well, right?
Correct. We've already started growing
Which is,
hemp.
yeah.
Yes. So we've added hemp to our business as well. So I'm not sure if you want me to go into detail about all that right now. or-
Sure, because I think it's really interesting. We see hemp products, and we've been seeing hemp products around for some time, but I didn't really give much consideration because I have a black thumb. I can grow okra and cucumbers, which I think are the two things that you cannot kill. I can kill anything else, literally, except weeds. I can grow weeds that I can do.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about how that grows here. What kind of temperature? Because you hear about the great growth and stuff in Colorado, and it's cooler and it's different, air pressure and that sort of thing. So I'm really curious about the science behind it too.
It is very difficult. Right now, this is still a trial and error for us and a lot of other growers here in Texas right now.
Kind of like the wine industry, I would suspect that whenever the Texas wine industry really started growing here, it took a little while to work out the kinks.
Right. We're still working out the kinks.
Yeah.
We've lost a few,
Yeah.
but we still have quite a few.
Are
We have over 100 plants right now.
So are there different varieties?
No, right now I'm only growing one.
Okay.
Which is the cherry wine, which is Tammy's favorite.
It's one of my favorites.
One
Really?
of her favorites. We're growing that right now. It should be ready, hopefully, November.
Yeah.
To go on the shelves.
Oh,
in
that's
November.
amazing.
There's a lot of science behind it. I mean, you have to have the temperature just right. You've got to have the humidity just right. It's been difficult.
Yeah. It's been a
The heat
challenge.
right now, but I think I started a little too soon.
Right.
For right now, but we have.
Because you got excited.
I did get
I
excited. I
know.
jumped the gun.
I know.
I did.
We're
always
alike in
jump
that
the
way.
gun. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But we have over 100 plants right now. So.
That's amazing.
We're
Hey,
hanging in
it's a
there.
great start.
But there's a process.
Yeah.
And, there's a process you have to go through. in order to start growing. I'm not sure if you want me to go into that.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. Well,
Hey, we let this show take its own
We
flow.
do.
we
We
do.
do.
We do.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so to become a hemp grower, hemp
Mm-hmm.
farmer, you need to go to the TexasAgriculture.gov website and go to regulatory services.
Right.
And click on the hemp.
Right.
And there is a long list of license that you have to,
Oh, wow.
to purchase.
Well, and so the correlation between hemp and CBD, obviously both natural products for a variety of uses. So what made you decide that this is what you wanted to grow?
Well, first of all, I have personally experienced some uses especially from some of Tammy's products.
Right.
As we get older, we need a little muscle rub or some backache.
Back.
Sister, tell me.
But
13 hours in heels yesterday. Just saying. Go ahead.
but anyway,
For the second time, she's just saying.
It'll probably come up a couple more times.
Yeah,
just,
okay,
you know.
good.
Yeah, but from personal experience,
Yeah.
I don't do or use a lot of CBD products, but they work.
Yeah.
They do work.
And Tammy,
But,
how did you get into this? I mean, you're from your husband's an ICU RN. You have a medical background. What made you decide that this is the direction that you wanted to go in with your business?
Honestly, in 2015, I had been in the medical field for 20 years. And I just felt like I went in the medical field because I wanted to help people. And I felt like I wasn't doing it the way that I wanted to do it. It's very, there's a lot of politics involved. And the biggest thing was the polypharmacy. It was like prescribe a pill for the side effects of the last pill I prescribed for you.
That's my grief. I'm too old to start taking a pill for something because then I got to take something to counteract the side effects from
of that pill.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I actually started with studying plants, and that's where I went into aromatherapy, and I formally got trained on aromatherapy through the study of plants and became a certified aromatherapist.
Gotcha.
And so studying plants just in general, and we're talking lavender and all the other great plants, it was very natural for me to go into studying cannabis. We just had an online store back in the day. And I told my husband, I said, there's just so many things involved. There's interactions with medications, there's specific dosing. I feel like we can't do this online. We have to do it in person.
Because you want that customer interaction so you can help put them in with the right product.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and the right dosage too, because that's something that I recently learned, that the potency obviously makes a big difference in not only the effectiveness of the product but the price of the product. But because you want that great efficacy, because if you're going to take it, you might as well take what's going to work.
Right. And most people that are taking it, if they're not getting results, it's because they're dosing improperly.
Right. And so you went to Tammy, happened to walk in the store. How did y'all get connected?
We're neighbors.
Oh, neighbors.
I live in that wonderful neighborhood with
How
Gail.
fantastic is this?
She lives probably about 250 yards directly behind me. Maybe not even that far. But she had basically kind of met because she was needing some photos for her website 2 years ago. That's just kind of how we met. So basically, her kitchen was a soup kitchen. I was watching her make her own products in her
Right.
kitchen. And I've actually watched her come a long way. Now
Well,
she
that's
has this
fun.
glamorous store, and
She's all
I'm
fancy.
happy for her. Yeah, she's come a long way.
So you went in. So whenever you started looking for products, you were looking for like pain relief mostly, or
Mostly.
Yep. And I know, and one of the cool things that I love about CBD oil and all of the cannabis products is there are so many different ways that you can consume it and get it in your body. I've done the drops. I've done the gummies. I've done several things, and me personally was for aches and pains and for anxiety. And the effects of CBD oil are it's amazing how quickly they act and how effective they are.
Yeah, it really is. And it's funny that you talk about different forms that you can get it in. And that's the one thing when someone comes into the store, we ask them, why are you wanting to take CBD?
Right.
Because the different forms that you take it, whether it be an edible or, sublingual
Right.
or inhalation or however you're going to take it, the onset is different and the duration of how long it lasts is different. So there's certain ways to take it that are better than others, depending on the whatever it is that you're
target.
dealing with.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's cool because they're, and I mean, I was in was at PetSmart the other day, and they had hemp and CBD
For
infused dog treats to calm dogs during storms or fireworks and everything like that.
How cool!
And and it's a natural substance, and it's just really cool that you can now, that stores like yours can now be here, where people can go and find that legal relief of the medicinal properties of the plant.
Yeah, absolutely. It's growing more and more, especially in this area. It is growing more and more. Now, I don't know if you ladies are aware that the new Texas regulations just came out.
Ooh, this sounds intriguing.
So we have, there's a lot going on in Texas with the new regulations, and a lot of people are a little shocked with what's going on.
Oh, I think,
in a negative way?
What?
It really depends on how you look at it. I kind of think it's a positive thing.
Well, before we get into it, I want to go ahead and take a quick break because I think this is a good breaking point because
I wanna hear.
This goes into a few other things that I want to bring into. We kind of touched on the controversy, but business atmosphere for your kind of industry too. So we're going to take a quick break. Make sure you come back if you're going out to lunch. You can listen to us live on OurLoneStar.com, or you can follow us on the Moxie Innovative Facebook page. Or if you're in the downtown Conroe area, you can listen to 104.5 or 106.1 on your FM dial. But tune in. We're going to talk more with Tammy and Gail. We're going to talk about the cannabis industry and what's going on in Texas. And this is Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel. We'll be right back.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Boxer Rescue is a nonprofit organization serving Montgomery County and surrounding areas, dedicated to the health and well-being of the boxer breed. Lone Star Boxer Rescue is run and managed 100% by volunteers since 1999. Our main objective is to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome boxers that come to us from many sources, including local animal shelters, owner surrenders, and strays. For more information about Lone Star Boxer Rescue, visit our website at lsbr.org.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776.
What is homelessness? Have you seen parents struggle to find a job without having transportation or childcare? What about the children sleeping in cars with nothing to eat? Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
This is Rick, TRC. Every Tuesday on my show, Afternoons with Lone Star from 3 to 7, I play back-to-back classic rock hits. That's right. I like to call it a 2 for Tuesday or a 3 for whatever it is you'd like. Call the request line 936-647-3776 or message me on Facebook, Afternoons with Lone Star, make a music request. That's right, you can do it. Here's what else. Go over to our website, irlonestar.com. Get the app on your phone. It's easy. You'll like it.
Second Saturday Divorce Workshop provides unbiased information to help you understand your options and move forward with your life. This divorce workshop is for you if you are contemplating divorce, in the process of divorce, already filed for divorce, or post-divorce. You will explore the emotional, legal, and financial aspects of divorce from professionals who have guided others through divorce. For more information on this divorce workshop, contact SecondSaturdayWoodlands.com or call 832-375-0900.
A Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with the Lone Star Community Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel. This is Mel, and this is...
Sassy Pants.
There you go. Today only.
I'm telling you, I needed a major attitude adjustment. So we're working on it.
Good.
We're working on it.
Good.
If you have missed our prior show time, we are here with Tammy and Gail, and we are talking about the amazingly innovative and very challenging CBD/hemp/cannabis product business. And I think it's really cool because we've got grower representation, manufacturer representation, selling representation.
Right.
And right before the break, we were talking about some changes in the laws that have recently come out that were effective on August the 2nd. Is that right?
Yeah, August 2nd.
Yeah. So, and it sounds like, it's not easy to get into this business in Texas.
No, it's not, Christy. It's not.
And I'm sure as a grower, it has a lot of challenges as well.
Does, and a lot of licensing. So just to start off, just even before you start growing, you have to have a grower's license and a facility license.
Yeah.
And each license is $100.
And I'm sure it's like background checks and everything else to make sure you're not some backyard dealer that's selling. Yeah.
So you can't
Gotcha.
you can't be a felon. I mean,
Right.
you can't. So if you have a felony record, current one, you can't go out.
Right.
You can't apply. You have to wait 10 years, then you can apply.
Yeah.
I mean, they go way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
So you go through this licensing procedure and you're paying all these permit fees that, even if you don't get approved, you probably don't get a refund on. But one of the things that, we were talking about with such a controlled, I don't want to say substance, controlled product, I can imagine that they're very stringent on making sure of exactly what you're growing and how you're producing that.
Correct. So when you do go fill out your license, your application for your license, you have to actually put in there what strand, what flavor / what product that you are growing. Okay. Then you have to put in there exactly how many square feet, if it's in a greenhouse, if it's indoor, if it's outdoor, how many, how much, and yeah.
And they're testing the potency.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, you can't just go grow your weed brownies and call up Tammy and say, hey, I'm going to put some brownies in your store. It probably wouldn't go over very well.
Yeah, I'm thinking not.
Yeah. So you grow this cherry
Don't call
wine
Tammy.
strain. Why did it get that name? Because that just makes me want to
I
start
really-
gnawing on a plant.
I know, but that might be a question for Tammy about names, but it's one of her favorites, and that's why I wanted to start off with that.
So why is it one of your favorites?
So it's the tasting notes.
Okay.
Basically, when strains are usually named according to the terpenes, which is the actual chemical constituent
Right.
that makes it smell and taste a certain way.
Right.
And so cherry wine has terpenes in it that have that
Kind
type
of cherry,
Yes.
is it sweet tartness?
She sounds
kinda?
like she's talking about wine.
I know. She sounds like she might know her business a
Yes,
little
she
well.
might.
Yeah.
She might.
She's a connoisseur.
Yeah, but along with all these changes and regulations, there have been some product bans as well that have evolved, huh?
Absolutely. We just let our clients and our followers know that as of August 2nd, there was a ban on smokables.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I'll tell you, coming from the medical field, I was reluctant to carry smokables in my store
Oh,
when
I
I
could
first
see that.
opened.
Yeah.
However, I did my research, and it makes it's just common sense. The lungs oxygenate the bloodstream, therefore the onset of whatever you're using as far as the smokable is going to work. It's going to be effective immediately. So I changed my mind real quick when I did my research. Now, when they pass these regs, they put it in their smokables, but it's very confusing,
Right, because
to the public.
because as popular as vaping now is, whether you think it's good, bad, or whatever, is that considered a smokable? Because you're not lighting it on fire, so.
Yes, vaping is considered a smokable. Pre-rolled hemp cigarettes are considered a smokable.
Interesting.
Now, this is what's really funny is the loose flower is what you call it, the hemp flower. The loose flower, as long as you do not market it as a smokable, it's okay.
Okay, so how else?
You can buy raw flowers.
Yes, we
Dried-
we have raw
dried
flower in the
raw
store.
Dried,
flowers.
packaged, ready to go.
So you can make your own smokable?
Well, we don't we don't say that you can smoke it because
No,
there's
you would make a
ban
tea.
on
You would make a
smokable.
tea with it.
You
You
got
can
it.
you can
Make
do
a tea.
you can use it for cooking. You can use it as a
Cooking.
food additive.
We actually brought on a registered dietitian nutritionist that is helping us with recipes with hemp flower.
Oh, so okay, so I think this is really interesting too because, like I said, I believe in the medicinal properties of it because I've taken it before.
Right.
And
You
most
and I both have.
yeah, and most of the time that I've done it has all been, like I said, the oil or the and the sublingual. Or the chewables, just because of ease, and that's kind of what I was comfortable with. But I mean, I could see sprinkling it on some spaghetti, like some oregano.
Salad?
So there's different ways that you can use that. You can actually utilize the whole plant, so not just the flower, but you
Yeah.
can utilize the leaves. So you can take those leaves, you can simmer them in a crock pot or a pot with butter. You can make your own CBD butter. You can,
CBD butter.
Yep. You can,
Oh my God.
absolutely. I mean, you can.
My heart just skipped a
I
beat.
know, right? You can take the oils and you can make your own salad dressing. I mean, there is just so many things you can do with it.
Wow. See, and these are things that I've never thought of. This is my closed-minded head.
Hemp vinaigrette.
I know.
There it is.
We just did that last
There you go.
Monday.
They just did that,
We
yeah.
just did that.
So, and I think about this, and this might sound kind of crazy, but I look at the older population that, number one, already has maybe somewhat of a stigma or maybe some distrust of using those products for whatever reason, right? But being able to take it to my mom, and I've had my mom on some CBD oil before. She has restless leg syndrome. She has high anxiety and horrible insomnia. And those things have helped. And I've given her the chewables and the oils, but if it don't taste good, Mom ain't going to put it in her face. But being able to do something like that where you can incorporate it into your food and your cooking, that's such a great, brilliant idea that also kind of takes away that
Stigma.
yeah.
So that's one reason why I wanted to go into the hemp business and
Yeah.
add it as an addition is to help people. Because I have many hats.
Yes, you do.
So.
I know. And helping people is a recurring theme in all of these hats that you wear. But really, I mean, I never really thought about really cooking with all of the products. So what have you tried? Is there anything special that you just really love that you'd say, oh, yes, you have to try this?
So just recently, we used the mint flavored tinctures, the drops that go under the tongue. We just used that in a vinaigrette with for a pear and pecan salad, and it was delicious. It was delicious. Just
I'm
a
so
hint
intrigued.
of mint, and it was really good. It was really
Wow.
good. So that's one of the ones that we've just done just recently. I think it was the Monday before last.
So now I'm curious. When I used this before, I noticed a difference. Okay, and sometimes it was an hour because I used an oil and it was sublingual. Is that correct? Anyway, it was an hour before I felt anything. If you're including it in your food products, what you're ingesting at dinner time, how do you notice a difference in whatever might ail you? And how long does it take for you to notice differences like that?
You're probably not going to notice a difference right away when you
Because it takes it a while if it's going through your stomach, right?
Well, you lose a lot of the cannabinoids in the gastric acid with the gastric acids of the stomach, so you're going to lose a lot of that.
Okay.
But you really have to think. What I like to tell my clients when they come in and they say, okay, what do you have for this issue?
Right.
Or whatever. CBD doesn't cure or treat anything.
Right.
It nourishes the endocannabinoid system, which that system, its job is to create homeostasis in the other systems.
Yeah,
of the
I
body.
think she knows her stuff. Go ahead.
So sorry, I don't mean
No.
to
Actually, you know what I love? I love how excited you are. I love how knowledgeable you are, but how easily flowing this information is. I mean, obviously you know this information very well. I think it's awesome. Keep going. I'm just like, yeah.
It's a different radio show altogether.
So if you just, the example that I like to give, if you are suffering from fatigue and you go to your doctor and the doctor runs labs and says, your labs are great, I just want you to add a multivitamin to your daily routine.
Mm-hmm.
You do not take one multivitamin and then the next morning wake up and go, I have no more fatigue. I feel great.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Several months.
So by incorporating, and it is cannabis, by incorporating it into different foods or drinks, we do it with smoothies and that kind of thing. It's almost like you're getting those nutrients, those cannabinoids. It's like a vitamin. It's a supplement. It's like a supplement.
And is
I
it
like
keto
that.
friendly? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Depends on what
Okay,
you
there
you put it in a smoothie.
Stephen
Better not
Noah.
have
Now,
ice cream.
we're gonna have to start some twisted keto recipes with some.
Have the
with
nail
some-
waste back.
Yeah. We're gonna experiment a little bit. But so what are the most? I would suspect that pain relief is probably the largest reason that people come to see you.
Pain relief and anxiety. And sleep. Those are the top three.
Do y'all also carry pet products?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We have the pet tinctures and we also have the pet treats.
Yeah.
And we use those for all 8 of ours.
Well, I was fixing to say, because I know that you breed beautiful dachshunds, and they're so beautiful. And both of my parents have dachshunds, so we're a dachshund family. But I was wondering, have you used those? Have you seen a calmness?
We do.
Yeah.
We use those. We have a couple of high strung males, but it works.
It works.
It really does.
We all do, and I'm not talking about dachshunds.
Right. It might work on him too. We use it on a daily basis for a couple of hours, and then we have one that has seizures.
Yeah.
And
it helps with that,
and
too.
It helps with that.
Oh,
and
awesome.
we have.
That's awesome.
We usually give it around holiday season when the fireworks come and things like that.
Well, we're getting really into the heart of hurricane season too. So and summer, so we have these little pop-up crazy thunderstorms like we had the other night that seemed to come out of nowhere. Yeah. But I have several friends that have dogs of all sizes, small to large, that get really high anxiety whenever there's a storm. So I can imagine having something like that on hand, where it might calm them down, could really help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or they end up in the bed with you.
Yeah, or sitting on your head or whatever. Well, and I think that's what's so cool about these types of products is because they are,
they're versatile.
And they're God-given. They're natural. So being able to use those across the board for everybody, I know whenever our first dachshund when I was growing up got bit by a snake, and called the vet, and the vet said, give it a Benadryl, and my mom freaked out. Okay, well, that's human medicine. I don't want to overdose the dog, and I've heard this story so many times with people doing the same thing. But something like this, it's, it's safe for humans, safe for pets. Because it's all natural, it's safe for everybody.
Yes, it is safe because even our pets have an endocannabinoid system, so it helps to support it.
Right.
So it is safe. And, while not all natural stuff is
right,
poison ivy's natural too.
That's true.
Right. But we don't want to eat it.
This is true. Yeah, that would, ooh, gosh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But, it's research after research after research shows that it's safe for humans and pets.
That's great. In all forms, huh?
Yes.
In all forms.
As long as it's clean, as long as the product is clean.
Yeah.
How do we know? How do I know when I walk into Tammy's store that your products are clean?
Because we third-party test all of our products.
That's awesome.
And that means we are not affiliated with the lab. We do use a Texas lab that is aware of all the new Texas regulations and knows that they have to run extra things that other states do not have to run.
Really highly regulated industry.
It's very highly regulated.
I think some of those products even have the labs on the labels. So.
Yes, we have QR codes on our labels, and you can scan the QR code and it'll take you right to the lab. There's batch numbers. Not only are we testing, but we're testing each batch.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
it's batch specific testing.
Well, and I know that from the producers, the farmer standpoint, that they're really regulating just how much THC is in the products that you sell to Tammy, right?
Correct.
And so give me a little background. Like, what is that legal limit?
0.3.
0.3% of THC, is that right?
Correct.
So if they, like, how do they do it? Do you have to sign something whenever you get your permits and says, hey, you can come to my house anytime you want to and take a sample, or how does that work? What kind of authority, I guess, do they have? Because this industry is, kind of in between a couple of different authorities.
Right. So before you get to harvest, before you even go out there and cut it and hang it and dry it, you have to have it tested. So you have to call the lab, you have to call your tester, they set up an appointment, they come out physically to your home and they go through your crops and they take little samples from your whole crop to make sure that nothing illegal is hidden in there. And they test it. They send it off, or they test it in their lab to make sure. So,
wow. And I guess that they're probably regulating everything that you're selling, making sure you're not selling anything under the counter.
Absolutely. They can come in to the store anytime and pull a product off the shelf. They will ask for labs, which we have, but they will also take the product and test it themselves.
Wow.
So...
Well, and I guess that, there's some good things behind that. Obviously, the quality control is a big deal because, you have to basically stay above par if you're...
Yeah, absolutely. It's for anybody that's serious about helping people with plant-based products, they're going to go above and beyond and do, I'm actually kind of happy about the regs. I mean, honestly, just because I want my clients that come in the store to know that, our products are clean, they're tested, they're within the legal limit, all of those things. And we have a different variety of products where some do have THC in them, which are full spectrum. Some don't have the Delta-9 THC, so it's a broad spectrum.
Right.
And that's important if they have to pass any kind of drug screening for a job.
Well, and that's exactly what I was fixing to go into, because I know that's been some controversy with some of the CBD products, is you hear these back and forth, or varying opinions of whether it will show up in a drug screening. So it really depends on what kind of product you're consuming.
Exactly. If it is a full spectrum product, which means it's the full plant with the Delta-9 THC, even though it's a low amount of 0.3% or below, THC accumulates in the fat cells. You will eventually fail a drug screening.
Oh, that's good. That's good information, because I got some fat cells. So I can store lots. So how do you, is there anything you can do to combat that other than just watching the products that you're taking in the dosage? Is there, not that I'm trying to give anybody any kind of hints or anything. I guess I'm just trying to say, because I do know several people that use this for legitimate reasons and they want to, but, especially right now with, the pandemic and closures and people, interviewing for jobs and trying to find new opportunities, that they, they feel like they have it. Their choice is either live in pain
Limited.
or risk failing a drug test if they get called to screen. So
yeah, we actually cater to a lot of the professionals in the area. That's why we chose the location that we have.
1488, great place.
It's a great location.
Yeah.
We have a lot of doctors, nurses, law enforcement, pilots from the airport.
Yeah.
A lot of gas and oil guys come in there.
Elected officials all down that strip. Yeah.
All those people have to pass drug screenings at one time or another.
Yeah.
And so we carry what we call a broad spectrum product.
Okay.
The Aerolistic Naturals tinctures, the Aerolistic Naturals brand is all broad spectrum.
Which is what you
That
produce,
is
right?
my brand.
Okay.
It's all broad spectrum, and all that means is it's the whole plant minus the Delta 9 THC.
Okay.
So you
Which is
still-
what's gonna show up in a test.
Right. That's what shows up in the drug test is the Delta 9 THC.
Okay.
So you still get the entourage effect or the synergy of all the other cannabinoids in the plant. However, you don't have to worry about the Delta 9 THC accumulating in fat cells and you failing a drug test.
Okay. So what's the difference in the product? Is it more effective, I guess, with the THC, or what would be the difference between two products that one has it and one doesn't?
That's a matter of opinion. That's kind of still out.
Well, I'm just asking for your very professional opinion.
Just coming from an aromatherapy background, I love the thought of the whole plant. All the cannabinoids. There's more than CBD. There's THC. There's CBN. There's CBG.
Oh my gosh!
There's all
I feel
these.
so dumb. I thought I was so smart. No, I feel so dumb.
There's all these different cannabinoids in the cannabis plant. Okay, and they work together in an entourage effect or a synergy.
Okay.
So if you have the full plant that has the Delta 9 THC, that's great, especially if you have pain, if you're dealing with different issues like pain from cancer or something like that. I definitely recommend the Delta 9 THC.
It's going to be a little stronger.
However, if you have anxiety, I kind of shy away from the Delta 9 THC.
Really?
Yeah, because it can actually make your anxiety worse in certain cases.
Really? Okay, so this is actually, I really thought it would be the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I really did.
Yeah, a lot of it is very individual. I mean, everybody's endocannabinoid system is different. But people who are sensitive to Delta 9 THC, back in the day maybe, that would become paranoid, that kind of thing. If you have anxiety, that's not really the route you want to go.
Right. Yeah, because it's just going to worsen it.
Yes.
Very interesting. So say somebody walks into your store and says, I'm interested in maybe researching some products or want some more information about what products would be right for me for whatever I've got going on. Do you have like a questionnaire? Are you sitting there just kind of doing a personal interview with folks as they come in to help determine what they need?
We do consultations with everybody, absolutely free. The first thing I ask them is why they're wanting to take CBD, just simply because that's going to kind of give me an idea of what product to go to. And then the second question I ask them is if they're on any pharmaceuticals.
Because of the interaction?
That does interact. We have what's called a P450 enzyme system. That system metabolizes our pharmaceuticals. If CBD is occupying that system, then our pharmaceuticals can't get metabolized.
Ooh.
So that can mean if you're on a blood thinner, your blood thinner, in layman's terms, it can make your blood thinner stronger. Well, you don't want your blood thinner than what the doctor wants.
Yeah. Nobody needs runny blood. But I think this, there's so much, Ed, the more you talk, the more questions I have, and the more, information I think people need to know about, because, you drive down the road and you see all these CBD oil, you see hemp products, you see all this stuff, but, people think maybe they have knowledge, like me, but then they realize that they don't. So going into a store like yours with somebody with such a thorough understanding and medical background is hugely, hugely important.
It is. You have to know how the body works to know kind of how the product's going to work with you. There's a couple of things that we ask. What do you want to take CBD for? What are you on any pharmaceuticals? Have you ever taken CBD before? And meanwhile, while they're answering these questions, I'm thinking of, an edible, a tincture, before August 2nd, a smokable. I'm thinking of what product. And then I have to ask them, do you need to pass a drug screening for any reason whatsoever?
Right.
Because that's also going to kind of put me towards the right product.
Where you're going, right.
So if people want to do a little bit more research about your store, want to look at maybe some of the offerings that you have, how is the best way for them to find you on the web or Facebook or whatever?
Well, we are on Facebook, Aerolistic Naturals.
Okay.
And every Monday at 3:00 we do a live stream. So that's one way. We also do a Tammy's Tips every Monday, and my husband is Dave. We do Dave's Diagnosis every Thursday. That goes out. Those posts go out on Facebook and on Instagram. And then they can go to the website, which is aerolisticnaturals.com, and take a look at the products. They can ask questions. They can call the store anytime they want. I am there 6 days a week, so I can walk them
So you're there.
through. Yeah, I can walk them through it.
So make sure that you go and like the Aerolistic Naturals Facebook page. That way you can watch these different videos, especially if these products, you think you want to try them or you're not sure, and maybe you want to do a little bit more research, watch a little bit more video before you actually go into the store. Then you can definitely check that out. Aerolistic Naturals. And then if you are interested in placing your order for Granny G's, how's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
info@grannygsnursery.com.
GrannyG'sNursery.com. And the really sad thing is you started talking about 40 varieties of tomatoes and peppers, and now all I'm doing is craving salsa.
You're thinking about peppers, right?
I'm thinking about peppers.
I'm thinking about lunch myself.
Yeah, I think so too. Do they make hemp chips?
I'm sure we could.
I
like,
haven't seen that.
So, I mean, they use hemp for everything. It's not just for edible. So you could
I
they do it
know.
for clothing now. They use it for lumber.
I remember the rope. I remember having a hemp
Yep.
rope bracelet when I was like in 6th grade, and I thought I was the biggest rebel on the planet because I had hemp on my wrist. But I'm just sitting here thinking, we've got the chef and nutritionalist. I'm thinking hemp chips with your homemade salsa.
Yeah,
sprinkle
good stuff.
sprinkle
Good
with
stuff.
a little bit of
Good stuff,
seasoning
sis.
on top, a little bit of cherry wine on top. Life is good.
It's a fascinating, fast growing
Industry.
plant.
Yeah,
It is fascinating.
that is so cool.
It's like the $1 Million Man.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, Tammy and Gail, for joining us today. I feel like I got so much information, but I want more. So we're going to have you guys back. Make sure that you are tuning in every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Like and follow the Moxie Innovative Facebook page so
Absolutely.
you
Please
never
do.
miss a show of Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel. Y'all be safe, stay cool, and we'll see you next week.
Today's show was recorded and broadcasted live on irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and all rights and ownership are reserved to Lone Star Community Radio. For more information regarding this program and Lone Star Community Radio, visit us online at irlonestar.com. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, serving the community with local programming on TV, radio, and online. If you enjoyed today's program, please support us by sponsorship or starting your own show. Contact us today by phone or text at 936-666-1084 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.